Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Today we shall learn the further part of allotment of shares. So in my previous video, we started with introductory part of allotment of shares. Then also we covered the statutory conditions relating to allotment of shares which a company must follow. So, 8 conditions we have studied. They are registration of prospectus, application of money, minimum subscription, closing of subscription list, basis of allotment, over subscription, permission to deal on stock exchange, and appointment of managers and other agencies. So these are the statutory conditions which are laid down by the Companies Act 2013, which a company must and should follow while allotting the shares. So now we shall learn the general conditions. So apart from the statutory conditions, there are certain general conditions which are laid down in addition to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. Now, what are the general conditions? There are total 6 general conditions. First one is proper authority. Second, allotment must be against application only. Third, reasonable time. Fourth, absolute and unconditional allotment. Fifth, communication. And sixth one, allotment should not be in contravention of any other law. So these are the 6 general conditions. So one by one we will see what are these conditions. In that first one is proper authority. Now as I told you, the proper authority to allot the shares is with the board of directors. So the board of directors or the allotment committee set up by the board has the authority to allot the shares. So the first and foremost general condition is proper authority. So usually the board of directors have the authority to allot the shares. If the board of directors do not have the authority, then they have the authority to appoint the allotment committee. So that allotment committee gets the authority to look after the allotment of shares. So this allotment committee is appointed by the board itself, who get the authority to allot the shares. So either the board of directors will be having the authority, or the allotment committee will be having the authority to allot the shares. This is the first general condition. Coming to the second one, allotment must be against application only. So while I was telling you the introduction relating to allotment of shares, there I told you always application forms is to be given by the subscribers to the company. Once the applications are received, then after the applications are received, the company will allot the shares. So same is the general condition. A company can allot shares only if it has received a written application for shares from the applicant. Only if the applicant gives a written application, then only the allotment must be done. If application is not received by the company, then allotment cannot be done. So written application by the subscriber is compulsory for allotment of shares. This is the second condition. Coming to the third one, reasonable time. As per the Act, allotment shall be done within 60 days of receipt of application money. So once the application money has been received by the company from the subscriber, then 60 days is the maximum time period which a company takes to allot the shares. Okay. The second point given is allotment can be made from the 5th day from the date of issue of prospectus. So if prospectus is issued on a certain particular date, then after 4 days, means from 5th day, the allotment of shares can take place. So it starts from 5th day, and maximum days taken by the company will be 60 days. So within 60 days, allotment of shares is done by the company. Fine. Hope you are clear with these 3 general conditions. Now let's move to the next general condition, that is absolute and unconditional allotment. Shares should be allotted on the same terms as stated in the prospectus and application form. No change in the terms of allotment or new conditions can be added at the time of allotment. So what do you mean by this absolute and unconditional allotment. Usually when the company issues the shares or offers these shares to the subscriber, the conditions which it has laid down previously should remain the same. Last moment changes are not allowed by the company. That is, the company cannot add certain new conditions at the last moment. So whatever it has told previously, same conditions should be applied till the shares are offered to the subscribers. Last moment changes in the conditions are not allowed. So the company cannot add any new conditions in the last moment. Fine. Coming to the fifth one is communication. Company has to inform the applicant that shares have been allotted to him by sending a letter of allotment. Now, how communication can be done by the company? Company has to send an instrument by name letter of allotment. So, this letter of allotment gives information to the subscriber that he has been allotted with the shares, and this letter gives details of number of shares allotted, amount of allotment money to be paid, etc. This letter of allotment includes each and every information relating to allotment of shares. That is, what are the number of shares that has been allotted to him, what is the total amount he is going to invest, etc. So letter of allotment is the process, or you can say it is a media through which communication can be done by the company to the particular subscriber. Fine. So these are the five conditions. Coming to the last condition, that is general condition, is allotment should not be in contravention of any other laws. A company cannot allot shares by violating or contradicting any other existing laws. For example, shares cannot be allotted to a minor, or allotment of shares made for any improper motive, etc. Now, what do you mean by this contravention or violation? Company cannot issue the shares by breaking any law. So it cannot sell the shares illegally. Legal process must be followed by the company. It cannot go against the law and cannot sell the shares. For example, what is given? If shares are allotted to a minor. Now, who is a minor? A person who is below the age of 18 years. He is considered as a minor. So a company cannot sell the shares to a minor. If he is below the age of 18 years, he cannot become the shareholder. And another example is allotment of shares made for any improper motive. Means what? Motive of selling the shares is improper or illegal. So in such condition also allotment of shares cannot be done. So company has to follow the conditions, and it should not violate, or it should not go against, or it cannot break the rules which are given, and then it cannot sell the shares. It has to go in a legal way. Fine. Now, the last para, what it says is, if a company allots the shares after fulfilling all the above mentioned requirements or provisions, such an allotment is called as regular allotment. Now, for this, you may get a question for 1 or 2 marks, like what is regular allotment or what is irregular allotment. If a company follows all the conditions, now which conditions include? It includes the general conditions as well as the statutory conditions. If all the conditions are fulfilled by the company for the allotment of shares, then it is considered as a regular allotment. And if the company fails to satisfy only one condition also, even if one provision is not satisfied, then it is called as irregular allotment, and such allotment is invalid. Invalid means it is not considered. It is considered as invaluable, no value. Fine. So regular allotment means what? When allotment of shares is done by the company by following or by fulfilling all the conditions, that is general conditions as well as statutory conditions, then it is called as regular allotment. And if the company fails to follow even a single condition, then it is called as irregular condition, and then it is considered as invalid or invaluable. Fine. So these are the conditions relating to allotment of shares. Now on this allotment of shares, you may get a question for um, 8 marks also, like in long answer. Fine, like what do you mean by allotment? Explain the conditions relating to allotment. That time you have to explain the general conditions as well as the statutory conditions. Fine. So let's move to the next subtopic. Hope you have understood allotment of shares as well as conditions relating to allotment of shares. Fine. Now let's move to the next topic, that is procedure for allotment of shares. Till now we studied the conditions which are to be followed by the company while allotting the shares. But what is the actual procedure for allotment of shares? That we will study in procedure for allotment of shares. Allotment of shares means distributing the shares to those applicants who have submitted a written application along with the application money. So what do you mean by allotment? Allotment is nothing but distributing or giving the shares to those applicants. Applicants means a person who has applied for the shares. To those applicants who have submitted a written application. Application is compulsory. So if an applicant has given a written application to the company along with the application money, then such method or such a process is known as allotment of shares. Fine. Now following is the procedure to be followed by the company during the time of allotment of shares. This procedure mainly includes 8 steps, or you can say 8 phases. One by one we will see. First one is appointment of allotment committee. Second, hold board meeting to decide the basis of allotment. Third, pass board resolution for allotment. Fourth, collection of allotment money. Fifth, arrangement relating to letters of renunciation. Sixth, arrangement relating to splitting of allotment letters. Seventh, file written of allotment. And eighth, prepare register of members and issue share certificate. So this is the procedure or the steps which are to be followed by the company while allotting the shares. Now one by one we will see what is that procedure. The first one is appointment of allotment committee. Now the power to allot the shares is with the board, but a subcommittee of directors is appointed to look into the matter of allotment. Usually, in almost all the cases, the proper authority to allot the shares is with the board, that is the board of directors. But even then, the board has to appoint a committee by name allotment committee who looks after all the procedure or all the matters relating to allotment. Fine. If the issue is par subscribed or under subscribed, the board can do the allotment of shares. Now, usually here some certain situations are there. Now, what do you mean by par subscribed? Par subscribed means when share applications are equal to shares offered. For example, shares offered by the company is 1000. Applications have also come for 1000 shares only. That situation is called as par subscribed. And what do you mean by undersubscribed? When share applications are less, on the other hand, shares offered are more. For example, company has offered 1000 shares, but applications has come for only 900 shares. That is your under subscription. Now, if the issue is par subscribed or if it is under subscribed, then board has the authority to allot the shares. But if the issue is oversubscribed. Oversubscribed means what? When share applications are more and shares offered are less. For example, company has offered 1500 shares, but applications have come for 2000 shares. Fine. This situation is called as oversubscribed. And if there is oversubscription, then board has to appoint an allotment committee to undertake the work of allotment. So what you have to remember here, if the issue is par subscription or under subscription, board can do the allotment of shares. But if the issue is oversubscription, then that authority goes with the allotment committee. This allotment committee is to be appointed by the board of directors. Fine. The last point is the allotment committee will decide the basis of allotment and submit a report to the board. Once the allotment committee looks into the matter of the allotment of shares, yes, it does all the work which is related to the allotment of shares, then finally it submits a final report to the board relating to the procedure and what all things it has conducted during the allotment of shares. Fine. So this is the first step while allotting the shares, that is appointment of allotment committee. Okay. Now let's move to the second step or second procedure, that is hold board meeting to decide the basis of allotment. Board meeting is held to approve the allotment suggested by the allotment committee. Now, why this board meeting is conducted? It is conducted to discuss the matters related to allotment of shares. Certain suggestions will be given by the allotment committee. Yes, to look after all those suggestions and advices, a board meeting will be conducted by the company. A representative of SEBI is also present when the allotment committee prepares for the allotment. Now, a person who is representing SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India, he will be also present at the time of meeting. So, SEBI sends a person who represents them during the board meeting. Okay. Approval from stock exchange is required if shares are listed in stock exchange. Now, if the company thinks of listing its shares in the stock exchange, then approval is to be taken. That is, permission is to be taken by the company from that particular stock exchange. Fine. And once the allotment is approved, the application and the allotment list is prepared, which contains the names of the allottees, that is the applicants who will be allotted shares, which is signed by the chairman and secretary. Now, once the allotment is approved by the board, that is once the board gives permission from the approval or gives permission for the allotment of shares, then application list as well as allotment list will be prepared, which contains the name of all the allottees to whom the shares have been allotted, and that list will be signed by chairman and secretary of the company. Fine. So this board meeting is conducted to decide the basis of allotment, like what all things a company should consider during the allotment process. Everything will be decided in this board meeting. It includes all the board of directors, it includes the allotment committee, it includes a representative of Securities Exchange Board of India. Yes, and once everything is done, once the list is prepared, that is the allotment list is prepared, it will be signed by the chairman and secretary. Fine. Now coming to the third step. The third procedure or third step in allotment of shares is pass board resolution for allotment. So what do you mean by this? Passing the board resolution. A resolution is passed to allot the shares in the board meeting. Resolution, you can say a notice also, or a information will be passed to allot the shares in the board meeting. Letter of allotment and letter of regret is prepared. Now here two types of letters are to be prepared by the secretary. First one is letter of allotment and second one is letter of regret. Now what do you mean by this letter of allotment and letter of regret? Secretary has to send the letter of allotment to the allottees, that is those applicants whose names appear in the application and allotment list. And secretary has to send letter of regret to those applicants to whom no shares have been issued. Along with the letter of regret, the application money is also refunded. So what do you mean by letter of allotment? It is a letter which is given to the allottees or which is given to those persons who have been allotted with the company's shares or whose name has appeared in the allotment list, stating that so and so person has been allotted with the shares of so and so company. This is letter of allotment. And what do you mean by letter of regret? Letter of regret, it is a letter which is sent to those subscribers to whom shares are not allotted. Now you may ask why the shares are not allotted. Due to one or the other reason, the company may reject their subscription or the company may reject their offer. and for such people to whom the shares are not allotted by the company, letter of regret will be sent by the secretary. And along with this letter of regret, application money is also to be refunded. So this is the most important thing you have to remember. Letter of allotment means letter which is given to the allottees to whom shares have been allotted, and letter of regret means it is a letter which is given to those subscribers to whom, or you can say instead of subscribers you can use applicants, to those applicants to whom shares are not offered or to whom shares are not allotted. And along with letter of regret, what is to be given? Application money is also to be refunded. Fine. So this is the third step, or you can say third procedure, which is to be considered while allotting the shares. Fine. So today in today's video, I will stop with these three steps. In my further video, I shall start with the fourth step, that is fourth to eighth step. We will see what is the next procedure. Fine. Okay. Thank you.